Welcome, everybody. Today is Thursday. It is April the 8th, 2021. This is Wisdom Keys with myself, Brother Francis. Today's topic is humility. It's a feather in your cap. Well, I want to say that I'm very excited about what's going on with Resonant Essentials, not only for the group, but for the practitioners and for, of course, our beloved and my beloved sister, Michelle Vidal, and everything that she's doing to make it very visible. This is an opportunity for you, all of you, to engage your mind and your heart into the teachings that are being put forth out here through Resident Essentials. So, not only is she inviting you, but I'm inviting you to take note what you see here and also engage in the opportunity to be a part of it one day, to really allow yourself to participate, allow yourself an opportunity to be a part of this golden opportunity that she's been building for so long. So, with that said in mind, hey, Rosemary, and I know today is Thursday. Let me also mention here when I said that is that on Mondays at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, we all are treated to the wisdom, the whispering wisdom coming from the UK, from Audrey Wilson. And that's every Monday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Do you know that every Tuesday you can join the glorious Donna of Dominion Tarot and the Tarot Nuts, as she calls it? That's all of us. And we can listen and learn from her jewels of wisdom as well. She has so much to offer. And it's an opportunity to sit in her presence and hear the wisdom that flows through her. And also, then you get a chance to see me every Thursday here at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with Wisdom Keys. And I bring you many things from my 47 years of studying metaphysics and looking at parapsychology and looking at things revolving around psychic gifts or intuitive arts, psychic arts, and so on and so forth. I have over 40 some odd disciplines, topics, and things that I share. Every Friday is Swanda, which is our sister, the owner of Resonant Essentials, Michelle Vidal, with great wisdom and teachings that she has garnished over 40 plus years as a metaphysician. She's excellent at what she does. Do you know if you're ever in town this weekend, especially this weekend, there is a meditation class that I offer at 11:30 in the morning for an hour every Saturday. If you're in town Sunday, make sure you make it down to Resident Essentials Psychic and Healing Fair. We have a lot of good people in there. I'm not only there, but Michelle is there, Donna is there. We have Tracy coming in from Santa Fe with her transmosis healing. I mean, there's a lot. There's Susan Zumo with Soma Pi. There are a lot of people in there. All you got to do is bring your mask. We got plenty of room, plenty of space, plenty of opportunity for you to get some information that's pertinent to your life. Well, I'm going to get started with this topic, humility. Humility. Well, what is humility? Humility is just being modest. The ity, the suffix part of that, is the condition of your being humble. So we know in this field and in this greater world, and it's not just in the field of the psychic readers and the healers and the it's everywhere. You don't have to be a person involved in metaphysics. You can see it in the world in general. There are lots of people who are humble, and there's a whole lot of people who could care less about being humble. And when you're not being humble, we know that the ego takes over. A little person in our mind wants to run the show. And when the ego's out front, if it's not your healthier ego out front, it does a lot of damage to yourself, a lot of damage to your loved ones, a lot of damage to friends, to neighbors, to coworkers, just people you run into. So you got to gain control over that ego, and you got to have that ego take a seat within you so that your humility can step forward. So when we are more modest about ourselves, modest about our achievements, we're actually in this world to help others. That's everybody. Parents who have children, you're helping your children become stronger beings on the planet, stronger souls on the planet. So one day they can become more of a leader than a follower. Now, there are going to be some that will become followers. But if they're going to be followers, they're going to be well aware that they are a follower. And they're going to be having the spirit and the heart of a giver and a receiver. So, in order for us to realize this topic, I said humility. It's the feather in your cap. I put that word feather there for a reason, because the word feather reminds me of like a message in the wind. A feather is like a message in the wind. You know, the old fashioned script and calligraphy drawers and writers often used a quill pen that had a feather at the end. And that's how they chose back in the day with ink to write messages. Hi there, Melissa. Good afternoon. Jeannie, good afternoon. And so they wrote with a quill pen. It was a feather. And the point of the pen that went into the body of the bird was used to write with. Feather is also symbolic in ancient Egypt, in ancient Kemet, where the heart was weighed against a feather. And the deity known as Anubis, that's the Greek name, but his Egyptian Kemetic name was Anpu, A-N-P-U. He was the jackal-headed man. And what he was there to do was to guide the soul who had a heavy heart. If the heart was heavier on the scales to the feather, Anubis, known as Anpu, would guide that soul into what they call the netherworld, meaning going beyond his or her lower self, to work out the issues that were weighing down the heart. And as the heart got lighter, then he would escort that being through the tunnel of light to go back to be with all of creation, to be with the Creator. Anpu carried the scales. So you see a heart and a feather. The whole idea was the heart was to be as light as the feather or lighter than the feather. And that was a sign that that person could graduate into higher realms of consciousness to be with all the gods and goddesses of their ancient history. So, if humility is a part of your being, humility is a part of your life, then you will be free of heaviness. When you're free of heaviness, not only do you consume more modesty, but you're able to drink more light. So I got to get a little sip of water. Each and every day, we all realize that we have an opportunity to get lighter. That's each and every moment of our day. And what are some of the things that we could use to help us do that? Well, beyond being humble is being honest with ourselves, having more integrity, not just with ourselves, but with others, having more compassion, more understanding, more patience. How many times have we had to um, work with ourselves? Sometimes we grow impatient with others, but we're really growing impatient with ourselves because there's something that we have not worked out inside of ourselves. So often we have to remind ourselves, what am I really angry about? Am I angry because someone did something to me? Or am I angry because I allowed something to happen to me that I know that I shouldn't have allowed to happen to me? So this is why it's so important to give ourselves a pep talk when we get up in the morning, a pep talk before you go to sleep at night, a pep talk throughout the day that you are going to be wiser, you are going to be healthier, you are going to have integrity, you're going to have a simplicity, a type of approach to life where you're not carrying any burdens. You're not carrying another person's burdens, and you definitely are erasing and eradicating and eliminating any pressure that you think you might be carrying or you feel you might be carrying on your own shoulders. We all know that when we learn to love ourselves more, to shower love upon ourselves, that we have an opportunity to radiate that love into the world, to show someone else unconditional love. And we have to often work on ourselves in order to do that. But what do I mean by working on ourselves? It's like putting yourself in check, really paying attention, really listening to the internal thoughts that you have before you speak them. The late Reverend Ike, I was going to use today just one little quote from him. This is from his book. He's no longer on the planet. He left in 2009. He left 1 month. He transitioned exactly 1 month before Michael Jackson did. He transitioned, I think he was age 73. He had hit his 73rd birthday or 74th birthday on June the 11th of 2009. And then right after that, the same month, he transitioned. Michael Jackson transitioned at the age of 50 in the month of July, right after that in 2009. So there was something I wanted to add to this because when we have greater humility, you start building and you start rooting for yourself. He says it here. Self motivation means self encouragement. He says you should encourage yourself. Self motivation means self encouragement. This is so important because I've seen a lot of people sit around on the sidelines of life, discouraged, disgusted, busted, depressed, suppressed, and unpressed. But you have to learn how to encourage yourself. Well, we can do that. We can encourage ourselves when we understand that we need to be modest. So, in the process of being modest, of course, we're not bragging about anything, but we could talk highly about the things that we have going on in our lives. We just have to allow ourselves to cheer ourselves on. When we can be the cheerleader in our own life, we begin to lift ourselves up. And as we lift ourselves up, it makes it easier for you to see someone in your life and cheer for that person as well. The late Reverend Ike always used to say in his teachings, if a wealthy person crosses your path, do not curse them. Do not curse at them. Don't say, this wealthy person's in my way. They're trying to show me how wealthy they are compared to me. He said, don't curse them, because the universe is showing you something about yourself, that you have an opportunity to be showered with wealth in many different forms, and you can display that wealth into the world. You could radiate that wealth. So when he said, don't curse a wealthy person who crosses your path, he says, because if you do that, you are cursing yourself. You're telling yourself that you can't achieve that. He calls it in this book, you're putting a lid on your own destiny. You're limiting what you can do, what you can imagine. So humility is the feather in our cap, because it allows us to see ourselves as we should. Humble, honest, having integrity, having compassion not only for ourselves but for others, showing the beauty of grace with ourselves as well as others, showing that we can love ourselves as well as love of another. We can cheer for ourselves and cheer for others. So we become an example for others, like others become an example, a living example for us. So here's something else that he says: impress yourself first. That's amazing. When you can impress yourself first, that means you're not looking for someone outside yourself to approve of what you're doing to improve yourself. You're not looking for approval outside yourself when you can simply approve yourself. So you wake up every day, you can feel good about yourself. Wake up every day, feel modest at the same time. Wake up every day knowing that you're motivated now to have a better day than you had yesterday, a better moment, a happier moment than you had a few moments ago. So when you're working on yourself, you're making sure that you're not what? Overreacting to anything. And in the process of that, you're being fed modesty, and you're able to share that with like minds. So let's think every day now, what can we do to show more humility or be more humble? One of my elder teachers from long ago, who's no longer on the planet, said, you have to learn how to assert your humility into the world. Now, let me repeat that. You have to know how or learn how to assert your humility into the world. And the only way you can do that is be it. So the more modest you are, the more humble you are. You are inserting it into the world and asserting it, putting it out there. You're not being aggressive with it, because there's no need to. You just be it. Just like if you were showing someone unconditional love, you don't have to be aggressive with that. You just be it. If you wanted to teach someone about integrity, you don't really have to verbalize it. You demonstrate it. You show that you have it, and that it's always a part of you. So these are the things we want to keep in mind. And when we do, we will see humility more and more and more as the feather, the messenger in our cap. That's the symbol. The feather in a cap is really a messenger of peace, a messenger of truth, a messenger of honesty, a messenger of integrity. That's all we're asking ourselves to be. I was looking on someone else's Facebook page, a young man out of Connecticut who had a rough life growing up, wound up being incarcerated, getting out of that. Now here he is in his early 40s. He turned a regular street hustle into a legal hustle. Now he owns a building, has a shop inside the building in his community. They sell t-shirts and crystals and candles and herbal things as well. They have classes and yoga teachers and you name it, they have it. They have speakers. But this is a person that had to entrain himself to become humble. And once he did that, he became very magnetic and he began to attract good things into his life. Now, part of him is very street smart and streety. He sounds like a common rapper on the street, but inside, he is a mountain of gold. Inside, he's a business person. Inside, he's a person that reads several books a week. And he's a teacher in his own right. And he's the first to say he doesn't know everything. He is humble. He lives and thrives on his humility. And that's what a lot of us have to learn how to do. We should learn to thrive on our humility. So, with a few minutes left, I want to take you through a light meditation. And this meditation is sort of like the peeling of a banana. So, you're going to see yourself as this beautiful banana. Within you, you're peeling one side at a time, an old layer of yourself. And as you do this, more light comes into your body. More light that's already in the trillions and billions of souls or light, living light inside of you. This trillions of cells is radiating light 24/7. And as you peel the banana of yourself, you're letting go of the old nature, the old ideas, the old thoughts. And now you have you being represented by this banana that has what? Potassium in it. It's going to keep you calm. It's going to strengthen your nerves. So you begin to consume the banana, one bite at a time, savoring its natural sweetness and noticing that at the core, there are seeds. Yeah. Each one of those seeds in that banana will reproduce that banana again. But what are the seeds to you? The seeds are all the thoughts and feelings and sensitivities you can imagine. All the seeds in that banana are in you, waiting to replicate a brand new you into the world. So breathe deeply now. Yes, you are modest. Yes, you have this level of humility that graces your life and the world around you. Inhale. Receive those thoughts, those seeds of your divinity. Feel the seeds emanate the light deep within you. Listen to all of your thoughts change for the better. Every time you're inhaling, peace is there, harmony is there, happiness is there, and humility is there. Inhale fully again. and exhale. You are now embracing the truth of who you are. Inhale, exhale. You are this beautiful being. You are the feather in your own cap. You personify the best of yourself. You are humility in action. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Become it. Live it. And be it. Allow yourself to overflow with unconditional love and light and grace and compassion. Allow yourself to inhale upon that and bring forth the breath of light, excitement, humility, wisdom. You are one with the universe. You are one with yourself. You are living peacefully. Remember, it is all right to be humble, but learn to assert and insert your humility into your world. It's one of the things that people need to see flowing from you is your humility, because that allows you to be even more of a magnet to attract more positive experiences into your life. Challenges will come, but the challenges will roll through you and not affect you so much. Because why? You are being this soul overflowing with humility, being compassionate to all, and enjoying your life at the same time. Breathe deeply and relax. And while you're doing that, remember, tomorrow is Friday. Swanda comes on at 12 p.m. That's Michelle Vidal with more wisdom, greater wisdom for you. And Monday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time is Audrey Wilson, all the way from the UK, bringing you whispering wisdom and truth of what it's like to be a medium and the things you need to do in your life to fulfill that. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m., right here on Resident Essentials, the group, just like Audrey, myself, and Michelle, is Dominion Tarot with Donna. She has greater wisdoms for you. She'll give you the energy card of the day, a special topic, and does a one card reading for those of you in the audience that would like to receive one. And she closes it out with more wisdom. So I want you all to enjoy your life. And if you're in Albuquerque this weekend, stop by Thursday. Stop by on Saturday at 11:30 to 12:30. There's a short fee. Come and get some meditation classes with me. And especially this Sunday, April the 11th, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., right at Resident Essentials, is our monthly psychic and healing fair. Loads of people in there, lots of energy in there. Stop on through, get yourself some wisdom, get yourself some healing, get yourself some balance. We're going to see you there, hopefully. The weather's going to be great this weekend, right here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. See you next Wednesday. My grace is your grace. So until next time, as I tell all my friends, family, and students around the world, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. Wisdom Keys with me next Thursday, 12 p.m. Take care of yourself and see you soon.